All right, traders, time for my daily trading session. I'm coming in early today. I won't be available at the close. I'm going out on it's my day off. I'm gonna go hiking and yeah, I just need one session a day to make it happen. Now, I'm from a equity, I'm where I was yesterday. So CFX, let me just show you guys because it doesn't really matter. I'm not really doing this for anyone but me, but I'm really taking these trades, right? Okay, so I'm in. Let's go take a look. I got filled on CFX and it was an awesome fill. So why did I take it? Well, it gave me a signal of the failure of the old monthly, and then the risk reward didn't make sense unless I use a limit. And I'm always setting my limit, usually the edge of 1 hour or 4 hour fair value gaps. So that worked awesome so far. I'm also in whiff, which is continuing to work well, and I will probably consider advancing my stop on this. I'm also in Ohm, and Ohm, I added on, and the add-on isn't looking very good. Kind of wish I hadn't, but I did. And then I got filled on a Bitcoin long, and it's not looking very good. Um, so what's going on? First, I'm curious on FOMC minutes, because I believe that's happening right now. Fed minutes are out. Here's what to know. So I'm curious, was there like crazy volatility? Not really. There's going to be more volatility tomorrow around CPI. Okay. Debate on size of rate cut. Some wanted a smaller rate cut. Okay. Let's come back to this. I want to look at the other assets. Gold is breaking down. Silver gave a sign, and I've been saying like gold's an amazing run. I bought it on this day in February. Almost the lowest point of the year. Actually, I did. I bought gold on the lowest day of the year. I bought gold on February 14. Crazy. Yeah, basically my only gold trade. I just closed it in this consolidation though. That's something I'll look back on as a mistake because I was saying publicly and privately, I think gold is gonna have a monster run in 2025 or 2024, which it did. But also I've been saying since here, it's gonna top, and it's gonna top because of commitment of traders, and maybe that's happening, but I'm not touching it anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then silver gave a technical short signal. On the other hand, if we look at the stock market, um, stocks are going straight up. So interesting that we're seeing weakness on Bitcoin. So, yeah, Bitcoin is, wow, even right now, pushing the low here. So let's go check out the situation. Bitcoin dominance. I'm curious if there's any Bitcoin specific news because it's showing a lot of relative weakness. It doesn't look like it. Okay, nothing. See ETH showing relative strength. ETH BTC, ETH USD, others. XRP hasn't moved. Um, ETH. I had the short on ETH up here. Solana. Yeah, sort of unfortunate that has actually turned out to be one of the stronger ones, but it is coming back my way, and it's possible it will still work, but yeah. The truth is that is one of the ones that is maybe gonna bring some real world functionality, so apt. I didn't take apt. It's something I considered, and uh, yesterday I considered. I took CFX instead, but it would be working. Sui also would be working. Just gonna quickly go through a bunch of altcoins. I have like an hour if I want, up to an hour. I don't think I'll need that much time. Popcat had a nice run, but is failing. Gas almost got there. Okay. I don't expect to see any new signals. Opus. I'm looking for something to take the highs, to be a short on alt. Yeah, Sui could have been one. But also we're not getting longs. Okay, Chaz could maybe be one, but it's a breakout right now. Yeah, there's a reason I don't short don't like longing alts, even if they give signals, because they're just weak assets. So they just give a little speed bump at support and then just keep going down. Made the most money shorting alts? Probably. So almost everything's red. On a day when almost everything is red, I'm not necessarily that stoked to short a green one, but I'll consider it. Okay, ohm's already, looks like it's coming back already a little bit, which is great. Although there's definitely a chance of taking a loss um, on Bitcoin here. Okay, so I'm interested in Chili's as a possible short. I also need to log this. Today is the 9th, and I have a Bitcoin long, and I have an ohm. What was my short on? Um, what is it? CFX. Wow, that was pretty perfect. So Bitcoin was a limit 1 hour fair value gap, and the short is a MTP with a limit. Yeah, ohm would be going a lot better if I had um, done what? Jesus, is Bitcoin doing this too? It is. I'm hoping that that is support, but I mean, if everything wants to dump, I'm carrying more longs than shorts. Sorry, shorts than longs, so I can absorb this loss. Yeah, Bitcoin showing a lot of relative weakness. Um, we got a number of things here. I'm fine and comfortable sitting in this for now. Wow, ohms really. I want to know what's going on with Chili's. This would not be a very good short because I would want to see it fail here already, or here, right? And it hasn't failed here, so this would, in 5 hours, probably will be a short. but I'm not going to be able to take it today. It's not going to be an option. Okay. What's the volume look? BNB is just so strong. It's coming into the first area that was interesting, but I'm interested in trying in here and in here, yeah. Although I'm doing these smaller size and ETH, yeah. Okay. How are we looking? Need to evaluate the positions. Yeah, almost come back into profit. So as where I'm right now, up from yesterday. I don't want to mess with things. It doesn't look good for Bitcoin at all, though. It doesn't look good for the longs here. Funding went high. Wow, that's crazy. I might need to close them as a loss and then try lower. Spot selling. Bitcoin's just weak as fuck. Spot selling. Funding rate didn't do shit. Tempted to close or like put a near TP. It looks really not good for long here on the chart. Nice to have a hedge though, but if everything, yeah, I'm curious on chilies. Why is this doing something? Pepper Android. Thing is, okay, what is this? Okay, October 10, October 17, and October 24. So I already know we're gonna look at this. This is gonna be spot buying, and it's not gonna be a short right now. Yes, negative funding. Weird. Funding is super negative. So if anything, you know why? You know why. People to farm the airdrop are buying spot and selling futures. So there's this huge short float, but it doesn't mean, yo, I feel so smart and good to understand that this is not a trade. It looks like, okay, there's an insane short float, but these people are going to close their shorts by buying and sell their spot at the same time, right? So it's definitely not a long. Also because of the date, because they're gonna hold this through the 17th. But this is not a place to be long expecting a short squeeze because people are just hedging, right? So we're just gonna leave that one alone. Um, I don't like the Bitcoin, but I'm going to leave it. I have this one. This one, the stop is pretty fucking small. I don't really like them that much, but it may give another opportunity. And also I have the BNB, which I like a bit more, which we might not reach, but we might. This is the thing. Okay, so there's going to be no new shorts. We're going to leave this alone. Very interesting. That makes me happy because I feel like I'm solving a puzzle. So I'm going to look at the trades that I'm in. And then I'm also interested in looking at ETH and BNB. Interesting. Considering funding has gone negative on it's gonna maybe make sense to close it, which I'm fine doing anything. I just want to make money. Do whatever I think is going to make me money. That is my mantra. Yeah, I'm telling you, BNB, I'm always saying this. Kind of wish I was filled along on BNB instead of Bitcoin. I feel actually a lot better about that. If my BNB, if I got filled on BNB here and then my Bitcoin was lower, but I'm not going to switch them. Um, Probably just gonna leave everything. Let me go through this though. I don't really love how funding has gone negative here, but there's some shit I don't understand that's happening possibly. Spot's continuing to sell, that hasn't changed. Perps are participating too, but I'm okay with leaving this. I think I'm probably just gonna sit tight today, honestly. Um, I will probably advance my stop on WIF and on CFX. And then I'm not gonna take chilies. And I'm not going to add anywhere. I'm noting that apt would have worked, but that would have worked pretty good actually. But it's all good. I put on risk in other ways. And then I'm gonna sit with the Bitcoin long. I'm just gonna sit. I don't really like it, but I'm not that interested in just closing it. We had a nice flush across the markets. Okay, with so I looked at right, Conflux. We've bled out a lot of open interest, but with spot selling, I mean, we still have open interest at 37 million, up from 18 million, with spot really selling off. So I don't see why that doesn't need to continue. Same thing with WIF. Open interest could come all the way back to, we could wipe out another $100 million of longs possibly. And we actually see funding getting increasingly hot on WIF. So I'm interested in actually adding to my WIF position here. I think that's the one thing that I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna add small because it's not really the best risk reward. Still greater than one, so I think it's okay. I could also limit it. I don't like, but I'm just gonna leave it. Bitcoin is coming in a little bit. WIF looks, both of these look good. If I was to add to CFX, what would that look like? It wouldn't make sense. The risk reward wouldn't make sense. I see it coming all the way back here. BNB. Okay, let's get ready to execute on this. So WIF. I'm going to advance my stop on WIF to 2.6436. Wait, to about 2.6433. Okay, I'm gonna add to that position. We're at 2,500. Start with 500. See how does it look after I make that change. Do another 500 and probably call it. Okay. So definitely pyramided, which is questionable, but I did it. Mm, yeah, I'm gonna leave Bitcoin alone. I don't like that there's not a big wick and that volume's not crazy, but and again, I would kind of would prefer to get into BNB. It just looks almost looks stronger than Bitcoin. Let's look at BTC BNB, right? It's like it looks honestly not bad. It's above the 200 MA. Yeah, keep that in mind. I wouldn't have mind getting filled there. I would feel kind of good about it. Why did I have that marked? It's a 4-hour fair value gap. There's a little piece right here. That's just so clean. Okay, that's it. Don't really like Why don't I like because funding has gone negative again. with an increase in open interest. So let me think about it. I mean, I transferred risk to WIF. Look at these three. Like, let's go zoom in a little bit more. Funding went negative. Right up here, I guess. If funding is negative and open interest is increasing, although it didn't really increase that much from here, it means that shorts are opening up here. I think it's wise to close it's relatively strong on the day, and if the goal is to make money, because look, it's just funding is negative, it's relatively strong on the day. I'm just gonna get out of it. Okay, so I got out. I made $73. Why did I do that? It's one of the few green ones on the day, and it looks like whatever decline there has been was actually on increasing shorts. So that feels unnecessarily dangerous to hold. And to me, it's more interesting. Like I have other short risk, and I'm just here to try to not lose money and to try to make money. So I'm not gonna mark it as a win or a loss because $73 isn't really a win, but um, exit model, market, funding went negative. Thank you. Right, so that might, maybe it goes lower, but it's like, I would, I'm kind of interested in just transferring that risk, right, which I've done. So maybe I increase my risk on WIF, like, because WIF looks like a much better setup than, so I think I'll like move my risk to WIF. Size 3,500, which means I'm gonna have, well, the thing about however, was that the risk reward from here is a lot was better, right? So I don't know that it makes sense to just be adding to right? Because my risk reward from here is like a 3, but it feels like the right thing to do to close it. Just closed here. Is that the wrong thing to do? I want to reopen it. Be like, oh yeah, I mean, I definitely second guess after, no, it's not after, just after making decisions. But let's leave it alone because again, this is just isn't the best one because of what's happened. Conflicts and WIF both look significantly better. So I already added to WIF. I'll add a little bit more to WIF and I'll add a little bit to CFX. WIF. Okay. And then CFX. The only problem with CFX is that my TP is not very far away. I don't know if there's any way I could like justify aiming further down here. Maybe 1.4. Could I justify 1.4 aiming down here? Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of volatility to hold through, but it's possible. And it's the only way that I could justify an ad here. It's the tightest I could put my stop. Like right here. Just to leave that gap to be never be filled. It's possible. It's like a pretty insane blow off. And that would set it up to be like an acceptable risk reward. So let's do that. Put it at 1.94. 0.194. Then I have 35,000. Let's add another 10,000. Another 10,000. So I maybe did that come at the market or did that come at the limit? 71, 5,000, 10,000. Right. I want to protect myself from the event of the crypto market continuing to nuke. Like I mentioned, I almost think a closing ohm is, well, here's the thing is it can do whatever. These ones look better. So that's enough risk now. Do a little bit more on CF. I'm just keep adding 5,000. That should be good now. This area. It's just not safe compared to the others. And I just shifted my risk. So if that dumps, it's all good. These ones look a lot better. A lot weaker. Um, and yeah, I don't really love the Bitcoin, but I'm gonna stick with it because not being with it would cause me a lot of emotional pain. It's already underwater, it's not that much further. And the wick looks decent. ETH's honestly showing a lot of relative strength all of a sudden, but okay. We're set. I've got all kind of orders all over the place. So yeah, ETH looks good. And yeah, the thing about is the risk reward was good on it, but it just doesn't look right. It's relatively too strong and doesn't look good on the. So I'm just gonna actually delete that because I don't want to be looking at it. Um, yeah, if I was really careful, I would maybe close the Bitcoin long, but I've been just because of order flow. But it looks decent, and I've been waiting. And also, price can sweep this low and sweep this low, and that could create a nice move up. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, I just want to see these guys being weak. Where I yeah, added at the market, which I think this isn't a bad place to actually add the last quarter, because that would only be a 0.25. Okay, let's do that actually. Okay, okay, I like it. Right, pal. Happy trading, much love.